Hi, welcome to Kill Count 3.75, the tutorial rules. This is an unlisted video. Hopefully I will not have to overdub it due to audio issues, but we'll try anyway. The point of the game, Kill Count, as it's currently being dubbed, is to get the highest number of victory points by killing your opponents up to a kill goal. So if you've played games like Quake or any other kill team or deathmatch style video game, you'll be able to jump right into the action knowing what you're supposed to do. If not, let's talk about that a little bit more. The point of this game is to kill your opponents faster and more times than they kill you. So, I've already set up the board for a demo game, and today we're not going to walk through the rules for setting up the game. Instead, to see those rules, go ahead and check out the Google Doc, and it will walk you through how to set up your own home games. Now that we've got a board set up for 2 players and miniatures selected, we've also dealt 5 equipment cards to each player and a character card. Our pink Space Marine will be placed on Equipment Depot number 1, and our Orc Knob, who will be placed on Equipment Depot number 3, are going to be our fighters for the day. Our Space Marine is a Pyro. They have 2 abilities at the beginning of the game, and once they complete their quest, they unlock a passive that just happens. So, our Pyro has Napalm Ammo and Incendiary Cloud. Napalm Ammo is for 2 power, and Incendiary Cloud is for 4. I've gone ahead and taken a D4 to represent Pyro's current hit points, and I've set it to 3. Now a reminder, in this game there is no maximum hit points, only current hit points. We also have 5 equipment cards. Our Pyro, at the beginning of the game, before play fully starts, will need to choose one to burn, and they will need to and they can equip up to 1 of these cards onto their character for free. So, they are going to equip Aim Assist onto their character for free. And they're going to discard Change Terrain, as there is only charge and radiation, and they are okay with charge and radiation. So we're going to discard that. And we'll put our discard pile here, so it's in frame, sort of. We'll put it here, so it's in frame. And then they take their hand, and they place it back down. So they are ready to go. Then we're going to, with Soldier, do the same thing. We are going to set their hit points, and the Soldier has 4 to start. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4. They've got a very good hand of cards with Desync Error, Targeting Array, Displacement Field, Aim Assist, and 360 No Scope. They are going to discard 360 No Scope and get 4. So they get 4 power. Also, here's this 3 here. We almost forgot that. Now, how is this working? The number of power that you would pay to play the card, you can discard to gain. So that's why the Soldier now has 4 power, and that's why they should have 2 power. That's why our Pyro has 2 power. Ta-da! Okay, now what are we going to play? Aim Assist could be nice, but we see that the opponent has Aim Assist. Instead, we're going to take Desync Error, so we get a chance to hit them back. We're going to place that there and hold our cards. Now, we're going to roll off to see who goes first. First for the Space Marine, 1, and then for our Orc, 3. Our Orc Soldier is going to go first. Now, you have 1, 2, 3 action points at the start of the game. And I'm going to use this here to represent our action point system. So every action costs 1 point unless it's the second time you're doing it. It'll cost 2 points. So if it helps to think about, actions cost a number of action points equal to the number of times you're attempting to perform it that turn. So for our Orc, they are going to move. They're going to move 6 inches into this charged space like this. Now when you move into charged terrain, we're going to pull out our tokens here, our reference cards. Charged terrain. We're going to roll a d6, and that is going to be a game of hot potato. Now, whoever kills the other person gets a kill point. They get a kill. And every kill is 5 points in the scoring phase. So we're going to roll 4. They have a hot potato of 4. Then there is target, but they have a line of visibility. Now, as their next action, they could take an attack action. Or they could spend any of their cards, or they could do their 2 power ability. However, because their opponent knew they were soldier and took aim assist, doing their 2 power ability set them up, which would provide a cover bonus, isn't going to work because they can ignore the cover bonus. So for right now, we're going to hold off on that. We do have other options. We could do displacement field. We could do targeting array. And I think we're going to go ahead and equip targeting array. So we're going to turn this down to 1, pay the power cost, equip it. Our soldier is now fully equipped. 2 cards attached to a character, fully equipped. We can no longer play more cards unless we want to discard this card and get its power, or play a 1-cost card from our hand. 1-cost cards we can play with a full hand. It says so on the card. The next thing at this point is we need to be able to draw line of sight if we want to take an attack action. So we've used 1 point for our move. We have 2 left. We used 1 for our move. We have 2 left. If we want to take an attack action, we could do that. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and try. We can draw line of sight so our model can see that model at least a little bit. That means we have visibility. If we have visibility, we can take a shot. Now there is this cover in between that blocks some of the model, so we can't see the whole model. That means this model gets a cover bonus of +1 to their defense. Okay. To attack, we are going to roll 1d6, add any attack bonuses to that result, and that total we're going to compare to our opponent's defense. If it matches our opponent's defense, they take 1 point of damage. If it exceeds our opponent's defense, they take 2 points of damage. So let's roll it. That's a 2. Oh, let's take away this action point so we know we've done it. A 2. We have +2 attack while this card is equipped if the visible target is 6 inches or further away. So we get +2 to our attack because Pyro is over 6 inches away, for a total of 4. Total of 4. The defense value of our Pyro would normally be 4, except they have cover, which means it's 5. And so we miss. Now, because we've missed, nothing bad happens to us, but we have 1 more AP, or action point, to use. And we're going to go ahead and just burn a card and get some power back. So we're going to burn Displacement Field and get 3 back, because burning any number of cards costs 1 AP. And that is our soldier's turn. Pyro's turn. Top of round 1, turn 2, our Pyro is going to look at the cards they have in hand, and we see they have a problem. Let's go ahead and put those action points back on the table just to help reflect. We have a Stimulant, a Brutality, and a Reroll. We have 2 power, and what we can do is add extra damage to our attack. So we're going to equip Brutality. So that way we are out of power, but we have a possible chance of completely knocking them down out of the game on 1 hit, because we could do a maximum amount of 4 damage and they have a maximum health of 4. So to hit them, because we have some cover, the question is, so we've played a card. Notice playing a card does not cost action points. Burning it does. However, we're going to go ahead and move this direction 6 inches, pull forward. You know, we're not quite to that zone, and we are 3 inches out from this buddy. We would have maybe moved through it to get there, but we'll just say, nah, we avoided our radiation field. So we're moving here. We can still sort of draw a line of cover through this wall because there is a little bit of their mini that we could see with our mini. It doesn't fully block it. So that's our move. Now we're going to do our attack. Our attack is going to be against them. We're going to roll a d6, and we need to get the defense of them, ignoring any cover bonuses. So we have line of sight and visibility. This would normally give cover, but our aim assist, no cover bonuses. So what is their defense? Defense of 3. We need to get a 3 or higher. I think we can do this. We got a 6. 6, maximum possible value, fantastic. We've got +1 to our damage, so that means that we are going to be dealing 2, because it's higher than their defense. +1 is 3, that brings them down to 1. So they are knocked all the way down to 1. And now we have one more. We could do one more, but we can also pass. I think since we don't really have a card to use because we have no power, we're all out of power, we could discard a card. These are nice cards. Let's hold on to them. And instead, we're just going to pass. So, end of that turn. And that, in a nutshell, is how you play through the game. So, let's say we've moved on to the next turn. This ticked down. This is the counter I forgot to tick down. This counter ticked down at the end of last turn. We're going to get 1, 2, 3 again. We have some options. We have a card. The card is aim assist. We have targeting array, and we have desync. We can, we've got options. We can move bow to here, hop this, and go there. So, whoop, just like that. If it is more than 2 inches in height, you count the terrain moving vertically up. If it is less than 2 inches in height for terrain, ignore it. You can just move over it as if it doesn't exist. So here we are. We used a move. We're going to burn this because we don't need it. That's going to be our burn. That's going to crank to 2. +3 is 5. Flip. There we go. Then we have this one action point. What are we going to do? Oh, we're going to attack them. So they've got cover. Again, we're going for 5s. We're going for 5s. And we get a 6. This is great. We're going to deal 6 + 2 on our attack is going to give us a total of 8. We absolutely hit their defense of 5. It's exceeded their defense of 5, so we're going to deal 2 points of damage, bringing them down to 1. We are both neck and neck. Of course, we hit them. This is going to transfer to them. Fun thing about charged, that means it's no longer on us, so it's no longer the end of our turn when it's attached to us, which means it doesn't tick down on our turn. Starting their turn, it's theirs. Our Pyro is going to go ahead and move back here, touch into that equipment depot, and draw a card. They get Forced Disconnect. Select a player. The turn immediately ends. Once used, shuffle this card into the equipment deck, and on and on and on. And instead of doing that, so we have here, we moved. We're just going to burn that because we need the power. Boom. We need the power. Now, feeling a little more comfortable as a Pyro, we have burned that. That means we can hit them. We just need a 3 to hit. So with a 3 to hit, let's see if we can roll it. We got a 5. Fantastic. So that's going to be 2 points of damage. Now, they've got only 1 hit point left. They're now out of hit points. What happens? Our miniature is removed from the board. Our active equipment cards go to the player who defeated us. They're going to go in their hand. We are going to draw 2 fresh cards when we die, and we are going to add those to our hand. Yay. Our Pyro is going to gain 1 kill, moving closer towards the kill goal. Once you reach the kill goal, the game ends and scoring begins. At the start of our turn, we'll come back in, so we'll talk about that later. Also, when you remove your miniature from the board, all terrain effects end on that miniature. They end. You come in with a fresh slate on your turn, and we'll get there in a minute. We've still got end of turn resolution. Now this, notice why I mentioned that? This charged went and stuck itself to our mini because that was a successful attack. Then when that character died, this charged ended. So it's done. Bit of a wasted opportunity, but that's what happens sometimes. Next, final thing for this turn is we check and see, is there anything else for us that we can do? We're out of action points. We've made the kill. We've gotten our cards. We're good to go. End of their turn. Start of our soldiers next turn, we can place them on any unoccupied equipment space. That could be equipment 2 or equipment 3. We're going to go ahead and drop, kind of aggressive, in equipment 2. Now we've got our cards, we gain action points, and play continues as normal. And that's the game. Those are all the rules you need to play through a 2-player game, and then any other additional rules you'll find in the Google Doc. I hope that this almost 16-minute video will help and will demonstrate how to play through Kill Count. Thanks for watching.